Alright, so doing a little bit of studying, I realized that these freezer tube walls are very much in the way. I have to thread from the front. It can't go in through the back. So what I'm trying to do here is very gently as possible is kind of wiggle these back and forth until they're just a little loose and they decide to pop off. So far you can definitely see pulled up some paint there, over here, and fortunately those pieces are all underneath the actual platform and do not extend past the silver base. However, if I'm not careful, that definitely won't be true for long. And what I'm doing here is numbering these so I know which one goes where, so the paint chips fit back into place the way they should. 1 through 6 going that way. All we got left here is number 4. And it'd be nice if the clear plastic just popped off. I'm thinking I just used micro crystal clear to attach it to the silver base, but maybe it was something stronger. Ooh. So that did pull off some paint from the base. You can see there against my finger. However, it's the same exact color below, and I hope, very, very much hope, yeah, that goes down pretty much flat again. There's going to be so much detail in there that hopefully, hope, it will not be a bad thing. 4 and number 4. So yeah, that was a bit of a disappointment, and if you need to, oops. Yeah, so that paint was hanging off the side, and I just gathered it all up and knocked it straight off. So let's see how this looks with the revised no paint there option. Not bad, actually. There's a little bit of a white seam there for the layer of the paint, but it works. So let me bag all these pieces so they don't get any further damage. Even more specifically, I am going to bag this tiny little paint chip. There's 2 tiny little paint chips. I do not want to lose those. And I'll mark the bag as well, so I don't think it's just random garbage. Freezer wall paint chip. Alright, so having that catastrophe nearly averted, hopefully, I'm pretty much going to have to pre-cut a number of lengths of the fiber optics. I'm probably going to go longer just so I don't come up short. And it looks like the silver paint may have filled in a number of holes. So what I'm going to have to do is get myself a very fine needle, pop those open, and that should do the trick. So I was recently watching some old behind-the-scenes footage from Return of the Jedi, and one of the model makers was threading up fiber optics into the Death Star. Basically, you had a handful of pre-cut lengths of fiber optics and a lit candle. Basically, he'd take every single one of those fibers, throw it in the flame a little. In this case, the 0.25 millimeters is so thin and small that it just lights up on fire and starts burning away uncontrollably. 0.5 millimeter lights up, but it can be dealt with really quickly. And what you can do is just get the fiber optic close enough so that it doesn't actually catch fire, but just blooms the end out. What they were doing in that video I saw of Return of the Jedi was actually lighting the little bit on fire and it went out all by itself. But if you just put this really close, get it nice and warm, that still creates the amount of bloom you need without actually setting it on fire. So I imagine I'm going to lose some fiber optics to this process, but hopefully not all. So that is going to be coming up. I got a lot of that to do. The first thing I need to do is set up some test lengths and see exactly how much fiber optic I'm going to need for all of these. Actually, first up is taking a small needle point to all of those little holes and popping them back open. I think that's going to do tomorrow. Tonight, it's just coming up on midnight now, so I definitely got to hit the sack. And I will catch up with you in the next video clip or installment.